Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, your boy King Yella, man, I don't know whether he's chasing clout or if he's just really confused. And the reason I say chasing clout is because I've noticed that a lot of these guys, if they aren't mentioning ops or beefing and talking about their ops, their music isn't sticking. Alright, like you have a certain amount of dudes where if they ain't making music, dissing someone, dissing the dead, talking about their ops, or whatever the case may be, they aren't going viral and nobody is paying attention. Now, when it comes to King Yella, he came home, from jail recently, acting kumbaya, trying to be cordial with the ops, said he's straying away from talking about ops and he's just trying to focus on his family and making music. Now, in the live he did when he first came home and he returned, he gave some of his ops, such as Lil Durk and King Von, their flowers, stating that they doing their thing and they putting on for Chicago, right? Fast forward to now, look what's going on. And personally, I knew it wasn't going to last long, and here's why. Some of you may or may not know, but most dudes that get out of jail act positive for a little until they get their feet wet in the streets again, and then all that is gone. Now, some of them are still institutionalized where they still doing their daily regimen from jail or prison, like working out every day, reading, and whatever the case may be. But it only lasts for a few months usually, and next thing you know, they back to their old ways. Now, this isn't the story for everybody, but I would say 90 or 95% of people do that same thing I just spoke about. Now, King Yella, who is an affiliate of FBG Duck, whereas they rep the same side and have the same ops, he comes out of nowhere supporting NBA YoungBoy in his statements towards OTF, where he recently dissed him in a song called Bring the Hook. Now, after a long time of not saying much concerning the situation between OTF and Lil Durk and Quando Rondo in regards to King Von, he mentioned them in a track and he said this. He said, quote, "OBlock pack get rolled up." Alright, now if you was like me, you were surprised because it was random and out of nowhere, not to mention we all knew who he was referring to. Now, with all that being said, of course, almost everybody who's somebody in regards to OBlock and OTF replied, putting their 2 cents in. And on the other hand, you got Mama Duck, who went live on Instagram speaking on the situation as well. Now, in a nutshell, Mama Duck was saying how everyone is concerned and about NBA YoungBoy dissing the dead and calling him out for saying he's smoking on the OBlock pack, but you have Lil Durk and others dissing her son FBG Duck left and right since he passed away, using his name for their own gain. Now, as y'all know, Mama Duck been advocating for the violence to stop and been frontline when it comes to the ops dissing the dead and dissing each other as well as killing each other. Now, in response to her going live, a close Lil Durk affiliate by the name of OTF Twin 300 decided to express his frustration with Mama Duck by posting on his Instagram story about her saying, quote, "Mama Duck gonna be a pack when she died from that stroke." 3 laughing emojis. Now, then he followed up with another post in his story saying, quote, "I'm tired of her old A-word." Now, OTF Twin 300 caught a lot of flack from fans behind that post, which caused him to take down the post about her dying from a stroke, but he kept the other one up. Now, fast forward to now, after a week or so go by, King Yella now decides to chime in randomly with a post of his own saying, quote, "I'm riding with NBA YoungBoy. N-words smoke our dead homies every day in music, but now N-words mad at YoungBoy smoking the whole O-block. Laughing emojis. N-words better stop thinking they so effing tough cause it's gangsta everywhere in every city. 100 emoji. Now, he does make a good point, but it's not up to him, in my opinion, to state his opinion because it has nothing to do with him or his side. So it's like he's put himself in something that doesn't even involve him for no apparent reason. Now, he say he wasn't trying to get into it with the ops. He's trying to mind his business and get his money when he first was released, and he made those little videos even when he was locked up. But by you saying you siding with someone that dissed a dead op of yours, what do you think that's going to do and how that's going to look to your ops? You just throwing yourself back in some bull crap that you told us you was trying to stray away from, and for what? Alright, let OBlock and them handle that and do whatever they gotta do with NBA YoungBoy. You shouldn't be commenting on that situation because it has nothing to do with you, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, once again, he has a point. I would say he has a point. People dissing their dead guys all the time. So, you know, he's saying they can't get mad. However, this is a different type of situation. So the dudes from Chicago, they dissing each other dead mans because they got history with each other. They got beef with each other that stems from years ago. So when guys from Chicago dissing each other, you pretty much know why they dissing each other, because they have history. Alright, but when someone like NBA YoungBoy start dissing randomly, especially after the situation been happened, it's kind of weird. It's like if Lil Durk started saying he's rolling up one of NBA YoungBoy dead friends. People gonna look at Durk like he crazy too. Alright, besides, King Von was killed in 2020. It is now 2022, a whole 2 years later. Ain't never responded until now. So it's like, come on, what are we doing here, man? What are we really doing? But anyway, Yella must have realized he was tripping with that post because he surely deleted the one about him siding with NBA YoungBoy. However, he had other things to say in a few more other posts on his story. Now he said, quote, "Everybody mad at me now," laughing emojis, "but love when the ops do it, right? Y'all N-words some effing clowns." Then in another post he says this, quote, "I've never said I'm in the beef, but I'm riding with what YoungBoy said, period. That's they smoke. N-words ain't sliding for us, but I could speak my mind. I'm chilling, but on GD, I ain't ducking nothing neither, so take it how y'all want. Hashtag FTO. Now, ironically, Yella pretty much stated himself why people are questioning him. You know, he's kind of answering his own questions. He said, quote, "That's they smoke." And I don't think he understands that, because that's all people are trying to tell him, that it's their smoke, not his. So stay out of it. All right. Now he's saying he's not in their beef in one breath, but says he's riding with YoungBoy in the next. If you say you riding with him, what else do you think that means? How you think your ops are going to interpret that? How you think they're going to take that, man? It's pretty much like you on their side. So I don't know. I personally feel like Yellow continues to contradict himself. One minute he's saying he's focused on his money and not the ops, but then he do this. Next minute he says he sided with YoungBoy, but in the next breath he say I'm not in a beef. So it's either one or the other. I don't know. What I do know is that usually when outsiders diss somebody from the city, as much as we may be ops, usually dudes will never side with the outsiders. You know, it's one of those situations where, like, I could talk about my cousin and say whatever I want, but I won't let anybody else do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I love my cousin, even though I may feel however I feel towards him, but nobody else is going to say anything pertaining to my cousin and me not checking him. So when it comes like an NBA YoungBoy dissing OBlock and all that, knowing he from where he from, he not even from the city. So I wouldn't say that I'm siding with him. I would just be quiet. Like, you know, like, I don't know if any of y'all ever been to prison, but it's like that in there as well. We may not like each other in the street, but if we both from Brooklyn, I'm not going to let anybody talk crazy about Brooklyn as long as I'm in there. If you're from the Bronx or Queens, you cannot talk about Brooklyn. You see what I'm saying? It's one of those. I really can't explain it, man. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all think Yella should just mind his business and let YoungBoy and OBlock do what they doing? Or do you think that King Yella has the right to interfere with what's going on? Alright, y'all let me know in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.